Hello friends, welcome to VFocus classes. In this video, we will be discussing decision making, and this decision making is very much useful for bank mains exam friends. The Hindi version of the same video is available. The link is provided at the end of the video friends. Make use of that. And this is very much useful for IBPS PO mains exam and IBPS RRB Scale 1 Officer mains exam or Scale 2 Officer mains exam, IBPS Specialist Officers exam and RBI Grade B exam, and also for SBI PO exam. So in this session, we will be discussing the concept of decision making and we will be solving the problems of decision making. And believe me friend, this is very easy topic. If at all, if you get a question from decision making, you'll be getting minimum of 5 questions to 10 questions in the exam, and you'll be given only one data followed by that data, like you'll be getting some questions. We need to read the data and we need to answer the questions, and you can solve these 5 questions to 10 questions within 2 to 3 minutes friends. Less than 3 minutes you can solve all the questions, and you can solve all the questions accurately if you put some effort into the question, like if you read the question and conditions properly. Okay, now we'll look at the question first, then we'll discuss the concept. Yeah, this is how the question will be given to us friends. Just look at the question. So here some information is given, a chemical company, something is given, and followed by some other conditions are given. Generally the problems from the decision making will be about recruitment. So generally the problems will be given for recruitment, and in this recruitment process they'll be giving certain conditions and also some exceptions to the conditions. We need to see the conditions and also the exceptions, and we need to note down them properly, and based on this some problems will be given to us, and we need to look into the problem and we need to see whether the candidate fulfills the conditions or exceptions. If at all he fulfills the conditions, whether he gets recruited or not, we need to answer. It's a very simple thing. Now just look at the conditions what are given here. Here, a chemical company Y decided to recruit management trainees for its nuclear plant. So, chemical company Y is going to recruit the management trainees for its nuclear plant, and it has given some criteria for the recruitment. So, it has given some conditions for the candidate, means eligibility criteria for the candidate. What is the eligibility criteria for the candidate? He should be a chemical engineering graduate with 65% marks. Should have done at least a diploma in business management, should not be less than 21 years of age, more than 28 years of age as on 1/7/2015, should have secured more than minimum of 75% of marks in the common entrance test. So these are the direct conditions. It means like if he fulfills all these 4 conditions, he'll be getting a job. Sometimes there may be some peculiar cases, like he might have done chemical engineering, but he might have got less than 65% of marks. Then the candidate cannot be ignored if he is having some experience, but he might be having some experience of 3 years or 4 years. So just because of 2% difference, like if he is getting 63% of marks, just because of 2% differences, and you can't ignore a qualified candidate because he is having some experience. In that cases, some exceptions will be given to us. See friends, exceptions will be given in the problem. We are not to assume anything. In the problem only he will be giving the exceptions. So like that some exceptions will be given, and we need to read the exceptions also for which condition exceptions are given. Then according to all these things we need to solve the problem. See friends, in this type of problems what will happen is you will be given a big data followed by 5 to 6 questions. So in order to do the 5 to 6 questions, what we have to do is we need to note down all the conditions on the rough sheet. Then we need to proceed for the problem, because for every questions coming back to the conditions is a very difficult thing. So we need to note down everything, then we need to do the problem. So this is not the end of the problem friends. Then after reading all these things, after understanding all these things, we'll be given how to solve the problem. Means if you solve the problem, what will be your options will be given later. Then we'll be seeing the options also. But what we do now is we'll read the conditions, we analyze the conditions, and also we analyze the exceptions, then we'll proceed for the problem. So what is that we need to do? We need to read the problem carefully. We need to read all the conditions properly, and also we need to read all the exceptions properly, and we need to note down everything on a piece of paper, like on a rough sheet. Then we need to proceed for the options, then we need to proceed for the problems. Now we discuss these 2 conditions and these exceptions separately. So we also try to know the meaning of what is exception. Yeah, here are the conditions, friends. So which is recruiting? Company Y is recruiting. What it is recruiting? Management trainees. And for what? It is for nuclear plant. The company laid down the following criteria. So here the criteria is given. So how many conditions are given? 4 conditions are given for us. So what is the first condition given to us? He should be a he or she. Candidate means it can be he or she, friends. Here nothing is mentioned whether he or she. So we are not to assume anything. We should not assume anything, friends. We need to strictly go according to the problem. Yeah, what is given? He should be a chemical engineering graduate with minimum 65% marks. It's clearly given he should be a chemical engineering graduate with 65% marks. So the candidate must have done chemical engineering, friends, chemical engineering graduate. So must have done graduation in chemical engineering, and minimum marks he has to get is 65% marks. Then only he is eligible. This is the first condition. Chemical engineer, he must be a chemical engineer and he must get 65% marks. So minimum 65% marks he has to get. Then what is the second condition given to us? Should have done at least a diploma in business management. Should have done at least a diploma in business management. What is the meaning of this sentence? What is the meaning of should have done at least a diploma in business management? Go through this sentence carefully, friends. Should have done at least a diploma in business management. At least a diploma. Generally, people think at least a diploma means, at least means minimum. So people think one diploma or more. One diploma or more people think. But friends, this is the wrong assumption. Because it is about the qualification. At least a diploma means, what are the basic qualifications we have? Diploma, and after the diploma you will be getting graduation, and diploma after graduation you will be getting post graduation. This is the somehow we have some order. So diploma is the least thing, then graduation, then post graduation, like this the thing is. So if at least a diploma means minimum qualification has to be a diploma. If he has done graduation, that is better enough. If he has done post graduation, that is still better enough. So means here diploma, at least a diploma means diploma or graduation or post graduation, friends. You be careful. At least a diploma means diploma or graduation or post graduation. If he has done graduation in business management, that is good for us. If he has done post graduation in business management, that is good for us. So don't confuse that. At least a diploma means one diploma or two diploma, three diploma. That is not the meaning. It is about the qualification. Diploma, graduation, post graduation, PhD. So it's the minimum qualifications should start at diploma in business management. If a candidate does graduation in business management, then he is eligible. If a candidate does post graduation in business management, then he is eligible. So this is the second condition given to us. So what is the second condition, friends? At least a business management diploma. Okay. Then what is the third condition given to us? Should not be less than 21 years and more than 28 years of age. So his age must be between 21 to 28 years of age. So friends, whenever this kind of information is given, and when the age is calculated on 1/7/2015. So it is very clearly mentioned the age is calculated on 1/7/2015. So whenever the information about the age is given and dates are given, please write the age in terms of dates, because in some problems for a particular person the problem can be given as some particular Ashish Sharma. His information will be given. He has born on 2nd September 1992. So the information can be given in the years also. So that is the reason whenever some information is given in terms of like 21 years or 28 years age is given, you convert that into dates. So 21 years as on 1/7/2015 means he has to born on 1/7/1994. Just subtract 21 out of 2015, you will be getting the date. And 28 years of age as on 1/7/2015 means he has to born on 1/7/1987. So this is the two crucial information that we need to note down. So write in this way so that it will be very helpful while solving the problems. Then should have secured a minimum of 75% marks in the common entrance test. See friends, it is a minimum of 75% of the marks. So he has to get more than 70. Minimum of 75 means greater than or equal to 75% we say. So 75 or more. in a common entrance test. It means that it is for this job there is a common entrance test, and in that common entrance test candidate should get 75% of the marks minimum. So these are the conditions given to us, and for these conditions some exceptions also will be given. Now we'll see the exceptions. See friend, what is the meaning of exception? Exception means second chance, friends. I say exception means second chance for this candidate for this problem. Why second chance for this problem? Let's say a candidate, as I explained in the basics, if a candidate has done chemical engineer but his percentage of the marks is 63, and he has done a PG in management, and he is 22 years old guy, and he has got 90% of the marks in common entrance test. So company may have some criteria. So in a way, like it seems that he is a very good candidate, and also he has some experience of 4 years. So it seems he's a very wonderful guy, but the only problem is with the marks. So the company can take a decision. So it may give some exception to this candidate, and the company can provide some alternate solution for this particular candidate. So if company provides an alternate solution, we say that is exception for the candidate. For what cases the exceptions are given in the problem, that is what we are going to read now. Yeah, the first exception A. For what exception given? First condition above. What was the first condition above? Chemical engineer with the minimum 65% of the marks. So he has to be a chemical engineer first. There is no alternate for that. And his minimum marks must be 65%. So chemical engineer 65% marks. So for this chemical engineer 65% mark, exception is given. What is the exception? Now we will be reading. But has secured marks above 60% and below 65%. Friends, be careful at this point. But has secured above 60% and below 65%. The exception is given only for the marks, friends. Exception is given only for the marks. Means he must be a chemical engineering graduate. There is no exception for chemical engineering, but the exception is for marks. So he has to get, okay, if he is not having 65%, that is enough. Now check again whether he is having 60%, above 60%. This is greater than above 60%. Means if he is having exactly 60%, a nahi chalega. So what is required? More than 60%. And below 65%, friends, below 65, yeah, this is okay. If he is having more than 60%, and also along with that, if he is having experience of 1 year, also working experience of 1 year, where he has to work, friend, that is not mentioned. Just working experience of 1 year. As they are recruiting for the chemical plant, don't expect the work experience has to be in a chemical plant. That is not mentioned. We are not to assume anything. He just simply gave work experience of 1 year. Work experience of 1 year can be anywhere. If he works for a software company, that is fair. He is just mentioning of experience of 1 year. Nothing is mentioned. His case may be referred to the managing director. So if he is having chemical engineering, and he satisfied the second condition, and he satisfied the third condition, and he satisfied the fourth condition, but in the first condition he is lacking in marks. First condition he is lacking in marks. Then you take the exception because he fulfilled the other three conditions. Then you take the exception and go for experience. If he is having 1 year experience, then refer his case to managing director. He will take some decision. So this is the first exception given. Then go for the second exception. What is given to us? Second exception B. This is given for second case, friends. In second case there is some exception. So in the second case there is an exception, means he fulfilled the first condition, means he is a chemical engineering graduate with minimum 65% marks. But he failed at second condition, but he fulfilled the third condition. He also fulfilled the fourth condition. So what is the second condition? He has to have at least a diploma, means he has to study something in business management. But he did not study. Then what is the alternate for that? If he is not having any diploma or graduation or post-graduation in business management, then alternate for him is given as he has to secure more than 80% marks in set exam. In the problem it is given, in the set exam he has to get minimum 75% marks, but here it is mentioning minimum 80% marks because it is an exception. ठीक है, इसको एक क्वालिफिकेशन तो नहीं है मैनेजमेंट का क्वालिफिकेशन. Then you go for the exception of the marks. If he is having more than 80% of the marks, then refer his case to general manager of the plant. This is what given in the problem. Okay, so this is the second exception. So we are writing the second exception also. So refer to general manager. Now go for the third exception. What is given? Third exception. This is the final exception. Third exception is given for fourth case, friends. So by this time, for the first condition, for the second condition, and the fourth condition, exceptions are given. But exception is not for the third condition. Means for age there is no exception. If a person is not fulfilling the age, means he is directly rejected. There is no exception. If a person is haven't studied chemical engineering, means directly rejected. Yes. So what now we'll see what is the exception for the fourth condition. Exception for the fourth condition is given as, what is the fourth condition? He has to get minimum 75% of marks. Let's say he fulfilled the first condition, he fulfilled the second condition, he fulfilled the third condition also, but he failed at fourth condition, means he is not having 75% of the marks. Then what is the exception? But he has to get at least 65% of the marks, means at least, so he has to get at least 65% of the marks. 65 or more, friends. 65% or more, greater than or equal to 65%. And has secured 70% marks in chemical engineering degree. But if he is having 65% of the marks in set exam, then give him a second chance. Where we will give the second chance? Go to his chemical engineering degree and observe the marks. If he is having more than 70% of the marks, it is strictly more than 70% of the marks, friends, in his graduation, then refer his case to vice president. So like this, some exceptions are given for first, second and fourth condition. So we are writing all the exceptions and then we'll be discussing the problem. After reading the exceptions, then how to mark the answer? What could be the answer? So for answers, options are given like this, and before the option some conditions are given. So in this condition, the important thing is you have to take decision in regard to each case, but you are not supposed to assume anything. We should not assume anything, friends. Strictly we need to go according to the conditions given in the problem and exceptions given in the problem. All the cases given to you are on 1st July 2015. So whenever you are trying to solve the problem, consider that date as 1st July 2015, and for that only you need to calculate everything. If the candidate is directly selected, means if fulfilled first case, second case, third case and fourth case, then he is directly selected. If the candidate is to be referred managing director, then you mark it as second option. If he has to refer to the general manager of the plant, you refer it to third option. If he has to refer for the fourth, vice president, fourth option. If the candidate is not selected, our decision is incomplete, our information is incomplete, then you mark it as fifth option. Now we see the problems, friends. Okay, so before solving the problem, we wrote all the conditions and we also wrote all the options, so that it will be very easy for us to solve the problems. Yeah, what is given in the first problem? Sumit Bansal, so he has to satisfy 4 conditions. So after that, we'll be taking a decision. So Sumit Bansal, who is working in a chemical factory as a junior engineer since 30/6/2014. So our given date is 1/7/2015, and he has started working on 30/6/2014. So it means he has completed 1 year of work experience. So 1 year work experience is there. That's good. And is a chemical engineering graduate with 72% of the marks. So first condition, chemical engineer 72%. Minimum 65% is required. He is more than that. He did not study any course in management. Second condition, flop. He has passed in set with 85% marks. Set we need only 75% of the marks. He has 85% of the marks. Fourth condition satisfied. His date of birth is on 23/12/1992. Now check whether his date of birth is between 87 and 94 or not. Yes, 92 falls between these two. So he has fulfilled third condition also. So he fulfilled the first condition, third condition and fourth condition, but he failed at second condition. Now you see whether there is an exception for the second condition. Yes, there is an exception. What is the exception? He has to get more than 80% in set exam. Then his case will be referred to general manager. But what is his marks in set exam? His marks are 85%. Yes, he is fulfilling the exception criteria. So refer his case to general manager. So when you are referring the case to general manager, what is our answer, friends? Third option. This how we will be solving the problem. Now go through the next problem. Priya Gupta, a 27 years old lady. So we have to take first, second, third, fourth conditions, friends. Yeah. So Priya Gupta, a 27 years old lady, is a chemical engineer with 61% marks and has also done a diploma course in information technology. She is working with a private company as manager software since past 3 years. She has obtained a postgraduate degree in business management. She has secured 79% marks in set. Set we need only 75%, but she has got more than that. So fourth condition fulfilled. And she is a chemical engineer. So chemical engineer, first condition fulfilled, and with 61%, but marks there is a problem. And she is having work experience of 3 years. Work experience of 3 years, that is okay, in a private company as a manager. So we need just an experience, whether she is working for software or something else, it is not a problem. She has obtained a postgraduate degree in business management, second condition fulfilled. Then what is the third condition? She has to be between 21 and 28 years. So she is 27 years old. So third condition is also fulfilled. So second, third, fourth conditions are fulfilled. But in the first condition, she failed at the marks. Is there an exception for that? Yes. Exception is she has to get more than 60%. Yes, she has got 61%. Then consider if she is having any experience. Yes, she must have minimum of 1 year experience, but she has 3 years of experience. That is great. Then refer her case to managing director. If you are referring the case to managing director, what is our answer, friends? Second option. Now go through the next problem. Rajanish has completed his graduation in chemical engineering with 75% marks. So first, second, third and fourth conditions we need to see. Rajanish has completed his graduation in chemical engineering with 75% of the marks. So first condition fulfilled. And diploma in business management with 60% of the marks. So just in the condition only business management diploma is given, nothing mentioned about the marks. So this is not required. So anyhow he has done some business management diploma. So second condition fulfilled. He has passed set with 70% marks, but we have to get a minimum of 75%, but he has got only 70%. So fourth condition he failed it. And he celebrated his 27th birthday on 7th April 2015. So still he is 27 years old guy. So third condition is also fulfilled. Then what we need to do? So fourth condition he failed. Is there any condition for exception for the fourth condition? Yes. So what is the exception? Set he has to get more than 65%. Yeah, it is greater than or equal to 65%. But he got 75% of the marks. So this exception is qualified. And he has to get more than 70% marks in chemical engineering like a degree. So in chemical engineering degree, how many marks he got? He got 75% of the marks. So chemical engineering also qualified. So both are qualified. So means like he has qualified in the exception for the fourth condition. When he qualified in the fourth condition exception, his case will be referred to vice president. So we need to refer the case to vice president. See friends, here the important thing is you need to read each and every problem carefully, and you need to understand each and everything carefully, then you need to solve the problem. It's a very simple thing, nothing, no much calculation, just information you are putting in conditions and you are cross checking the conditions, that's it. Now we see the next problem. Yeah, Dilip Khare is an engineering graduate. See, it is engineering graduate, but we require chemical engineering graduate. Nothing is mentioned here. Now we'll read the entire problem. Whether we find anything about the chemical engineering or not. He passed out in 2005 with 70% of the marks. He has secured 68% in set. His date of birth is 25/10/1992. He has completed his postgraduate diploma in business management from a reputed institute. So these all are not required for us. We need a chemical engineering graduate, but here it is mentioned only engineering graduate. What engineering he has done, we don't know. Whether he has done a chemical engineering or electrical or computer science or electronics or like IT or like mechanical engineering. So we don't know anything about his engineering graduation. So information is incomplete. Here the information is incomplete. So he won't be getting selected, or the information is incomplete. So fifth option will be our answer, friends. Directly you can reject here. Now go through the next problem. So what is given in the next problem? Shukla, a 25-year-old chemical engineering graduate with 64% marks in graduation. So first condition, second condition, third condition, fourth condition. He is a 25 years old. So third condition is fulfilled. Chemical engineering, first condition. But he is getting less than 65%. So marks not fulfilled. He is working in a private chemical company as a manager for the last 2 years. So 2 years experience is given. He has passed set with 83% of the marks. Set we require only 75, but he is having 83% of the marks. Okay, and he has done a business management diploma in 2004. So he fulfilled second, third, fourth, but he failed at first condition. Then what is the exception? He has to get minimum 60% of the marks. He got 64% of the marks. And 1 year experience is required. He is having 2 years of work experience. So his case is referred to managing director. Very simple thing. Now look at the next problem, friends. Sonali is a computer engineer with 74% of the marks. She has done diploma in business management as well in chemical technology, securing 66% and 62% marks respectively. Her date of birth is 1989. She has passed out set with 80% of the marks. The preliminary condition is she has to be a chemical engineer, but she is computer engineer, is directly rejected. So fifth option is the answer. Now go through the next problem. Yeah. Raman is studying for postgraduate degree in chemical engineering at present. He has secured 73% of marks in BE chemical engineer. So chemical engineer with 73% marks. His date of birth is 25th June 1994. So he is having 1994 means it is between 87 and 94, and especially this is June, friends. So June is before July only. So he is also fulfilling the age condition, that is third condition. He has also completed the diploma in business management. Second condition is fulfilled and passed out set with 82% of the marks. So he has also passed in set. So all the four conditions are directly fulfilled. So he is getting selected. So first option is the answer. So this is how we'll be solving the problem, friends. The only important thing is you need to understand all the conditions carefully, and we need to note down in a proper way without confusion. Then you need to go through the options. We need to note down that thing also and read the problem carefully. Whenever you are reading the problem and conditions and exceptions, analyze them, what exactly is asking in the problems. Then you try to solve the problem so that you will be getting easy answers. So this is how we'll be solving, friends. So I thank you very much for watching the video. If you like the video, please like our video and share this video with your friends, and also don't forget to comment under the video. If you are watching our channel for the first time, please subscribe, and you are watching We Focus Classes.